On today's episode of Fatty's Feast, we're doing something we've never done before. We're cooking up some high quality, delicious beef ribs from Walmart. Let's get started. That's right, you didn't misunderstand me. I said Walmart. I was at Walmart the other day and I was just looking around their meat section. I saw these beautiful beef ribs and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give them a shot. How bad could they possibly be? Anything we cook on the smoker is delicious. The real selling point for me, they were only $2.24 a pound, and we got 5.87 pounds total here. I'm so excited to try these out, and let's just get into it. Now, before we begin, as always, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time checking us out, please like the video if you find any kind of value in it today. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you as always for your support. So I got some butcher paper laid out here. Let's take our knife, open these bad boys up and see what we're working with. I didn't even cut into it. Damn it. That's better. All right, here's one. And here's two. So, looking at these, this one is definitely thicker than this one. This is pretty much down to the bone on this one. This one's got a little bit more on it, which was weird because all of them I looked at were the same exact way. They all were one thick, one thin. So I'm just looking at these. I'm not going to do too much trimming. I don't see anything that's really necessary to do. Pretty bloody on this side. Maybe I'll just trim this little piece off right here. I got this little thing here. Get that off. That looks pretty good. I'll show you what I do with this thick one here, and then I'll just take the camera off and do the thin one. I'm just going to slather it with some mustard. Actually, you know what? I'll do it on both of these at the same time. Why not? This side is pretty unexposed. The meat's not really exposed, so I don't know how it's going to work out, if seasoning will even make a difference. At least on this one, not so much here. And we're just going to do something simple today. As always, 50-50 blend of salt and pepper. I have been seeing a lot of things online lately about different brisket rubs and meat rubs and all that good stuff. So I'm probably going to make one up at some point next time I get a brisket, which I can't really afford right now because brisket prices are out of control. While I have it up, I'll just get the sides a little bit. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you subscribe and like and all that good stuff, my videos get seen by more people, and then I can maybe afford a brisket once I get monetized. All right, going on the other side here, same thing. I added a little bit more pepper to this because I feel like I like more pepper than salt, and the salt was really overtaking the meat when I seasoned like this. That looks pretty good, pretty perfect. Just trying to mop up any extra seasoning I can, especially on this thick boy right here. Let's get this side too. And these, ladies and gentlemen, look pretty damn good. So I'm just gonna let these sit out here and get a little bit up to room temperature before I throw them on the smoker. But I wanna take a walk over there because I wanna show you some things I've done. So if you haven't checked out my review of this Old Country Brazos smoker, please do. I'll put a link here. In that video, I received a comment from somebody recommending some different modifications that he did on his smoker, which was the Pecos, I believe. I need to find the comment. If I can, I'll put it here. But I decided today I'm gonna try those modifications because these are cheap cuts of meat. I'm not gonna be upset. It's not like I'm smoking a brisket, so if I ruin these, it is what it is. I'm not gonna be that mad about it. So right there is that expanded metal V pattern thing I had that basically I used to keep a nice coal bed right in the center of the firebox. What I did instead today is I took out that. I took out my, whatever you call it, the bottom plate there, the ash plate, I can't remember. And I replaced it with the grill grate that actually goes up top here. And I have my fire going right now. We're just trying to get the smoker up to temperature. It's getting there. I'm trying to get a nice coal bed. But I want to see if I can just maintain a nice coal bed using just that grate. And it actually brought the bottom of the fire up a bit. So if we look down here, we can actually see it's about halfway up. And maybe more airflow will get underneath the fire, causing it to burn a little bit cleaner. Now in the smoker chamber itself, I took that ash plate. I really wish I knew what that was called. I'm having a brain fart, but I'm using it now as a baffle plate. because of this stupid baffle thing. If this doesn't work to prevent temperature swings, I'm gonna have somebody cut this out for me because I can't stand it. I don't know if you can even see it, but it's a pain. It really makes temperature swings terrible. So we'll see if we can regulate them a bit today just using that thing, because otherwise I think it's useless. So right now I'm just looking for a temperature of about 250. That's where we're gonna start at. Once it gets there, we'll throw those ribs on. Okay, right off the bat, I took that ash plate out because the temperatures were way too hot at this end and really low at this end. I figured that was gonna happen. So I just put my fire brick back in, but we're running a little better. We're between, 269, nice, and 236. 269 here, 236 here. I wanna average about 250. So we're there, let's throw these ribs on. So I'm gonna go here with this one. This is the thickest one. Probably gonna have to move that temperature probe. And I'm gonna go back here with this one. Yep, definitely gonna have to move that. I'll put this right about here. There we go. Now we can move this bad boy up to about here. Give them a little room to breathe. That looks good. I like it. So as with any rib, we're going to start these a little bit lower and finish them off at a higher temp. So I'm probably gonna maintain around 250, 275, just about there. This is a smaller smoker, so I can't really bump the temps up because I don't want to burn them. So we'll take it low, not really that low, but a little bit lower, a little bit slower. About 3 hours, we'll check on them, and then we'll bump the temps up to get a nice bark formed. Try to get a lot of that smoke flavor in now, and then work on our bark after. So I'll see you in a few hours. All right, everyone, we are 4-ish hours in. I let it go a little longer because I had some issues with the fire. Basically what happened is the experiment I was trying earlier did not work. I had to actually put in my little expanded metal thing again because the coal bed was gone within a half hour. I had to relight the fire twice. So let's look at what we're working with. We're gonna rotate some stuff around and see where we're at. So we've been maintaining a temperature of around 250 to 275. Got some great pullback here. Those are looking really nice. Obviously these have more exposure to heat than the ones in the back. So what I'm gonna try to do is flip them around and reposition them a little bit. If I press down the fat, we got some fat rendering going on here. It's getting sticky. That's what we're looking for. So I'm gonna take my towel. Just gonna reverse these. And the same thing with this one. What I'll actually do is I'll just move them back a tad bit. There we go. Perfect. And looking at these right now, I don't really feel the need to spray anything. I might just spray a little bit up there eventually, but I'll give it about another hour or so. So at this point, I'm gonna bump the temps up a little bit. I'm gonna try to shoot for 275, 300, really to get some of that pullback in that fat render because the center's already there. So we just wanna get some of that going. And then we'll be back in about another hour. Maybe we'll wrap, maybe we won't. I'm not sure yet. But until then, take care. That's pretty good, right?
Look at news reporter for me.
All right, everyone, it's been about 2 more hours, maybe an hour and a half since we last checked in. These have been going strong. The temperatures have been bumped up. Had some temperature fluctuations, but they shouldn't be bad. I've been checking them every 20 minutes or so just to make sure they weren't getting really overdone, but they look great. Let's take a look. We're gonna pull them off. And here we are. I know that was a terrible reveal because I didn't have any light, but they look pretty good. These really pulled back a lot only because there's really realistically not a lot of meat on them. And same thing here, a little less pullback, but you can see there's not much meat in between these bones. But for what I paid, I'm really not that concerned about it. I'm just gonna do a probe. What I'm looking for here is that butter feeling, and that's exactly what it feels like. The temp has dropped a little bit because I have been, like I said, checking on them. But before they were around 200. We're gonna get some carryover temp. This feels nice right over here. Feels like butter. And even these, a little bit of give, but not too bad. I'm not really that concerned about it. I'm gonna put my tray right here. I know this is gonna be a terrible shot. I'm taking them off though, because I cannot hold my phone at the same time. 1 and 2. There we go. And looking at these right now, these are just fall off the bone. They look tender, they look delicious. Let's bring them inside. We're gonna give them about a half-hour rest, and then we're gonna eat. All right, so it's been about a half an hour since we took these off. I'm just gonna cut into one. I'm impatient. I have some macaroni and cheese cooking right here, so ignore the steam, maybe, if you can. I'm gonna take one of the small ones because I have a friend coming over who wants to eat with me. I just wanna try one real quick. Oh, they look good. They look good. Because we're gonna dig into the good ones, the big ones right here, but I just wanna try a bite real quick. Oh. Look at that. Gorgeous smoke ring, nice and steamy hot. These are pretty much, they're not as fall off the bone as they were, but like this one's pretty good. Like I could rip this bone right off. It looks so good. Oh my God, I can't wait to try this. Let's get into it. That's good. Like I said, not as fall off the bone as I wanted, but the salt and pepper and the flavor on these, the smoke flavor, beautiful smoke ring. The membrane is pretty, yeah, it's mostly membrane. I mean, it's just pretty chewy, that's all. I can't complain. I didn't pay shit for these. These are Walmart beef ribs. I'm not upset. I mean, they could have been much worse, but hey, you get what you get with Walmart. And if anyone wants to cook some cheap beef ribs, even though they're not that meaty and they're not that enticing, I mean, but look at that. Like I can't wait to try one of these. The bone's already falling off of that one. We still got meat on the back. They're gonna be good. It wouldn't be fair for me to try the good ones without my friend here. But like I said, he doesn't want to be on camera. So I just wanted to do this before, because we have to go drink more. So anyway, thank you so much for sticking with us and checking out another episode of Fatty's Feast. If you like what you saw, like, subscribe, comment, leave us suggestions for things you want to see on the next episode. We love to hear from you guys, interact with us. It's great. We love you all. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay healthy.